but go on.
No, I think that what you just hit on is actually really important because when we have just one location or one offering, let's say, because I know that maybe not everyone listening is franchisee, but if you have multiple offerings, then that forces you to be the entrepreneur and be the visionary in the business rather than being the person working in the business. Like if you have multiple locations, you can't be pulled into only one location to do the work your employees should be doing. So you're going to problem solve differently. I think that's really an important takeaway. So I'm highlighting that so much because that's a really important takeaway for small business owners who are going through growth and they're trying to figure out how do I transition from working so much in the business or working so much at all. Uh, this is the way to do it. You have to get yourself to the point where it's not possible for you to jump in and put out the fires. You have to have solid systems and a solid team that will do that for you. So I often come in when, like you're talking about, the burnout is happening, um, and I help put out the fires. So usually the first part of my job is just triage. We go where the hair is on fire, and we just like get it to the point of manageable, like just like okay, so that then we can start to create time and energy in order to do the scaling work of the business. I'm really, really keen on getting as much off of the founder's plate as possible, as fast as possible, um, so that the burnout doesn't come back. But then also, then we start creating a more solid foundation for the growth for the next phase of the business.
Yeah, that's really important. The thing, one of the things that I did early on, whenever we started growing, whenever we went from one to two, then when I went from two to five locations in within a year,
Hmm.
and I just sat down and did a a salary or a wage study. What is 1 hour of my time really worth? And once I did that, I was just like, huh. And then I was just like, what are the things that I need to be what I'm going to call outsourcing or delegating to someone else? And it's really
Right.
important for an owner to do that. And once I did that, it opened up my eyes. And it's because there's certain things that just I can do as
Mm-hmm.
the owner, the visionary, as the leader of the
Right.
business. And all of these little tasks, I'm just like, oh my gosh. I mean, I quit mowing my
Yeah.
yard. Okay. Because the thing is that, I mean, and here's what I tell people. If that's a way for you to relax and that's something you love to do, then mow your grass, wash your dishes,
Right.
do your laundry, do whatever it is that in your house. If it's something that you love to do, but if you don't, pay somebody to do
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. Because your time is money. I love
Yeah.
that you sat down and you actually examined really how much your time was worth as the owner. Because so you've, sorry, you're touching on like so many really important points. Um, so as the owner, as you said, there's only so many things that we can do, but I often find that uh, as small business owners are growing, they're still in that point where they kind of believe that they have to be involved in certain processes in order for them to go right, which is a systems problem, not a people problem. They don't realize that. And so they're lying to themselves, they're pacifying themselves in a way, they're rationalizing, investing their time in the wrong parts of the business, which is then, leading to that burnout. So I love what you're saying, like clear your plate of things within your life that you don't need to be doing. But I also encourage business owners to really get honest with themselves, and kind of like maybe release some of the special snowflake uh, beliefs about themselves. And I had it too because at the time, I was the only entrepreneur that I had heard of. Until I heard of Simon Sinek, I was like, I'm the only entrepreneur out there. So of course, I have a special sauce that can't be replicated. That's all BS, but I believed it.
Yeah.
And so until I found a developer that was, first of all, way better at developing than I was. but then also could think about things in a way that was either as good as or better than I was because she was specializing, right? So we have to be honest with ourselves about what we can truly let go of. And that's where I think like a coach or a colleague or a mastermind program or something like that is really important because it shoves you out of your false beliefs